Welcome to the Music Roundtable with your hosts,
Clint,
Lyle,
Vicki,
and me, Kim, where the only opinions that matter is our own.
They played the song.
They played the song!
Sorry, that was
And the villagers rejoiced.
Yes, very happy.
the villagers,
Yes.
the villager.
Villager?
It's-
Def Leppard played the song "Coming Under Fire."
Yes, no, I did actually see that in the messenger. I like that. I
Yeah.
don't know if you noticed. I
Yeah,
liked
I
that
saw it.
immediately.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
I don't normally respond to a lot of that stuff, but I saw they played the song. Okay, someone's happy.
I must give him his penance. Okay, we're good.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're good.
so I had to make sure that I sent that to you. And
Yes,
yes,
because it's
of course.
exciting.
That was very
Yes.
important.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
important.
It had to be noted.
Yep.
Yes,
And now
did,
it is in
did.
writing forever.
Exactly.
Yes.
It
Maybe they
is.
listened.
I highly doubt it.
They probably just were like, let's put in a random one that we haven't played.
No,
And
well,
lo and
they were
behold.
alternating. They were alternating.
They were
Right.
alternating?
Yes.
So they didn't play it every night?
No, they played Billy's Got a Gun the night before.
Yeah.
They played Coming Under Fire when I saw them.
Yeah.
And then in Seattle, they played Billy's Got a Gun. And then last night, they actually played both. So Coming Under Fire and Billy's Got his Gun. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have been, they've only done it twice on the tour, but that would have been
That's it. Twice.
twice they've only played both songs.
Both
yeah.
songs.
Oh.
But there's only, they only didn't play Stage Fright, Billy's Got a Gun, and Action when I saw them. But they played the rest of Pyromania, basically.
Well, then you're good. I mean, Action's really good, though, but it's okay.
Yeah,
'cause it
but I
replaced
was
the other
happy,
one.
and
It's
then
fine. Yeah.
I didn't care what they played after that.
No, you just wanted to hear the one. I
yeah.
just came to hear one song, and I'm going to go home.
It didn't matter.
Yeah,
It
no.
didn't
People
matter.
do that, though. Some
they
people do that.
Some people do.
I
Some
don't
people
understand
stay-
people who do that, but
Right? The encore is the best part.
Right?
You have to stay for the
Yeah,
encore.
like those
Yes.
are the people going, oh, well, it's kind of 10 o'clock. I should get home. It's like, screw that.
yeah, no kidding.
It's not that
For
important.
concerts, for God's sake.
I can miss work for this.
But highly recommend going to Portland to watch a show.
Okay, our
Yeah.
generation doesn't miss work.
This
No,
is
we
true.
don't.
We
No,
still
we
go to
don't.
work.
We still
on
go to
2
work.
hours sleep.
We may be hurting now.
Oh, we're definitely
definitely
hurting.
We get to the point, what were we thinking?
What were we thinking? Yes.
That's
yes.
better. That's better.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a Tuesday and you still have the rest of the week. You're like, oh, that was dumb.
yeah. You don't mind doing it on a
That's so
Thursday
worth
night or
it.
something, but yeah, not on the beginning of the week because
Yeah.
it'll take you all week to catch
To
up.
recover
Yeah.
again.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's also different where you're seeing it because the stadium show, okay, you're done 11:30. Okay,
Yeah.
just have to come home from downtown.
Yeah.
Commodore show, a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know,
But I would
Until
highly
4 in the
recommend though,
morning.
like
can,
going to a
yeah.
concert and staying that close and just,
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
the
much
hotel.
easier,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
And I've thought about that recently too when we've talked about going to a concert in Vancouver because I really don't like going downtown. And I said, you know what? Why aren't we? If we're already spending this much for tickets, why don't we get a hotel room? Then we don't have to worry about driving all the way home. We can go to sleep. Like we can leave the concert. It's right there. Go to bed. Wake up. Refreshed.
If Snowmageddon happens, you're not worried about it.
Not stressing out because that was awful. And then you can get up in the morning and tootle around town and then go home.
oh,
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And the crowd, I don't know if they knew the song. Some of the, I would say probably a quarter of the crowd cheered.
Only the crazy fans know
But
the song.
yeah, I was in a pretty.
Wait a minute.
We'll put it this way: he liked my side better than the other side. We'll put it that way.
Was your side aged?
Probably. I know the lady.
Over here is
I know the
the
lady
white
beside me
hair
was having
people.
a great old time by cheering and recording the whole concert.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think a lot of the people just wanted to see the hits and.
Usually.
Yeah,
Well, that's
just
the
wanna
way
hear
it
the hits
is,
and
but
that's the way it is.
that was conversation from previous ones where it
Exactly.
just like all these artists put out so many CDs and so many albums, and the thing is like they love all the music that they've kind of created or most of the music they created. So it sucks when it's pigeonholed into like 20 songs that everybody wants to hear that you did 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
kind of sick of hearing their own
Yeah.
songs, right? They're like, you know what? Let's throw in a different one.
Well, and they also did play Just Like 73.
Don't do that.
Have you heard Just Like 73?
Yes.
Probably.
Now, I didn't realize how well that would have transferred to live, but that was amazing. Great song live. So
Awesome.
Did
There-
they record,
there's my
did they do a recording that you can buy
of that song,
of the whole
Of the show.
I don't know.
I like it when they do that.
Alice Cooper
Yeah.
used to do
I
that.
don't think they. I don't think they did. But I was also able to pick up a couple of records down there at E's
Saw
Record Store.
that,
Yeah,
yes.
one of the when they recorded at Abbey Road Studios, 3 songs,
Yeah.
and then Live at the Lead Mill, which they did last year, and those were only available on the Record Store day, which
Yeah.
we don't have up here, I believe.
No.
So I got lucky; they were sold out. I saw them, and I grabbed those like right away.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and I paid.
It's probably not one of those things
with their
that you.
what I paid and what they're actually worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say it was a used record store?
And these were never open. So
Excuse me.
I think I paid $15 for the Abbey Road American.
Oof.
I saw it on eBay. It was upwards of 60. So, yeah,
That's not bad.
Nice.
yeah. So it was a, it was a good
worth
show.
it.
Yeah, it was
Worth
a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna stick to a little bit of 80s music here, bands, I guess.
So, well,
Banda.
let's start with this,
Band.
as I believe this starts our season 2.
Yes, it does. Season 2. We're at
Welcome
season
back.
Hope you had a great summer.
2. Yes. And so this is, we've already did the documentary.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. And
But this
The
is
Bon
really,
Jovi
really,
story.
really exciting.
Kim
So-
and I have been waiting so long to do
so
this.
now,
Yes.
Clint and I had our chance. Now,
Yeah, it's
you
over.
guys, what are we talking about?
Bon Jovi. Okay.
So should we just go have a nap now? Is that the way we should?
Yeah, we need to be alone with our
Just,
thoughts. Go away.
No, I think we have to be here to keep the train going.
Okay.
Keep the train on
Keep us on
track.
track.
What are you talking about? Because we're just going to divulge and then go off, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We will.
I have a question though.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right.
Why do they have so many notes?
Why do we have so much Bon Jovi paraphernalia?
Besides that,
Sitting around. Yeah.
Okay.
what song do you remember hearing from them? Like first?
Like first?
Yes.
So that was like when we were like 12.
Is this open to everyone?
Yeah. Living,
Sure,
Living
yeah.
on a prayer. It's just about us.
Just kidding.
What
Just
did we say
kidding.
earlier? Living on a prayer, bad medicine.
Bad medicine, and no, not bad medicine.
Oh.
You give love a bad name.
You give, that was it.
Living
You
on a
give-
prayer
Living-
and wanted.
Wanted
Yeah, Wanted Dead or Alive
yeah.
would have been the first
Yeah.
one.
Those
Okay, for me
ones.
was Do You Give Love a Bad Name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I remember vividly, yes, on the
Yeah.
radio. And
I don't
Yeah.
remember hearing like Runaway or
No,
anything off of
that was
of
before.
That was before our time.
Yeah. Yeah, that because there's one album before
Not
that
really,
too.
but
7800 Fahrenheit.
No, there's
And
one
then
before
Runaway.
that.
And then, with
There's
Runaway.
one that's
yeah,
just
there were
called-
actually two.
Because it was just called Bon Jovi,
Exactly.
and it
Which
only
is
had
the one with
3
Runaway on
songs.
it. Oh, that
Yeah.
one there. Okay.
Yeah, 3 songs, and
it
then
would,
they did
it would have been
7800
like Death Leppard's
degrees.
first record.
Yeah,
It would have been an
the
EP.
EP. Yeah.
Yeah, and it didn't do well because nobody knew until.
Well, it actually, okay. Well, it wouldn't have been open for commercial audiences. That's
No.
why it didn't do well.
It wasn't.
It would have translated to, what is it, 78?
Well, because
7800 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's what it would have translated to.
Yeah.
That is pretty much him going to the record companies. Hey, try this, or radio stations, listen to this.
they had
or-
that first one, which was they went on the album of the radio station.
Yeah. And then they had
got-
the Bon Jovi debut.
Yeah.
And then.
No, the
to
Bon
78.
Jovi one was first.
That's
then,
right. Then
yeah,
this
then
Bon
the radio,
Jovi.
and then
yeah.
the 7800
So
degree.
it was the second album.
Yeah, it's so
And
weird. I
then
was
Slippery
reading it and
When
I was
Wet.
like, "What? I thought it was this, but no, they're saying it's the other way around." And I was like, "Okay, well, that's weird." All right, so
Right?
I haven't heard the one song on that very first one, but yeah, they have a lot of albums.
Well, if he ever releases all that stuff, like all those archive stuff,
Oh my
in there,
gosh.
I'm sure it's in there.
It's probably in there. They have a lot of songs they haven't released.
Where'd you buy the album then?
I don't have it. The one with the 3 songs?
No.
Oh,
When you first heard the song, like the
I was.
Slippery When Wet.
You know what? I didn't get physical copies of any of that stuff until I was older. Because when I was 12, I was only listening to the radio in my room.
Yeah, and hitting
And-
record on the cassette
yeah,
tape on the
yeah.
tape machine.
Like
That's
physical
where I got
copies.
most of my music to start off
yeah,
with, too,
probably
like-
like 14 or 15 when you got physical copies. Like we still have obviously
They're
tape
the
copies of
ones-
certain
Yeah,
ones.
there's.
And then
Well-
we haven't replaced those ones yet on CD. So like, you know, it's
people listening going, CD? What's
Well,
CD?
we'll take a photo at the end of this, and then we'll put it on the Facebook page, and we'll include
This
that.
is
Yeah.
everything that we have.
yeah, and all the
Bon
videos.
Jovi,
the-
Richie Sambora related.
The New Jersey cassette over there is actually the first cassette I ever actually owned.
Oh my gosh, that's
It was bought to me by my brother. I got that at the same time I was given ZZ Top Afterburner on LP,
which you have downstairs. Yeah.
which I have downstairs. I still have that as well. I
Yes.
don't throw out anything.
No, we don't throw
I
out
have all
things.
my
Why would
music.
we
I
do
got
that?
over hundreds of cassettes, over 200 CDs.
Yeah. very few albums
Yeah.
because albums stopped by that point. But so I don't think I physically had a copy of anything Bon Jovi till way later. Any kind of band, actually.
And I can't even remember which one I
No.
got first.
No, because I had to go back and buy them.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
By that point,
Okay.
I probably bought Slippery and New Jersey at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think I got Slippery when wet at Kmart, I think.
Kmart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, how many record stores
There
did we have
was-
besides
there was
Andy
Andy
Sound?
Sound.
That was it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, the funny thing is somebody used to work at Kmart.
I know.
I know. We're not gonna talk about that.
Did you get the discount? No.
Well, this is way before that. Yeah.
Before you worked there, yeah.
Yeah.
What was funny is at that point in time, and I know this has nothing to do with music, but as my one buddy is working at Kmart, the other
one,
buddy was working at Zellers.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yes. So.
Yeah, I was
All
the
right.
poor one. Why didn't I have a job?
You had a job.
You did have a job.
You worked at the restaurants.
Oh yeah, I did work at the restaurant.
Yes, we
You didn't work in the
We
malls.
worked at the
Yeah.
restaurant.
Why would you work in the mall? Remember,
Or
you didn't
don't
want to talk to
remember
people.
that
Which one?
restaurant.
Elton's?
Yeah, we don't want to remember that.
That was a good time.
Yeah, it was.
Like that. Yeah.
I know we're off
As
topic.
we did- excuse me, it's about us today, guys.
No, we're talking food service, and at that point in time, Sunday morning, at 16 years old, I was the oldest person working in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's a little
At
terrifying.
16, that's crazy.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
back on topic.
Yes, back on topic. So, yes. Where do you want to go from there?
Where do I want to
to
go from there?
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be an interesting question.
Oh, gosh.
42. It's the answer to everything.
The answer to everything.
Answer to everything.
Life,
Okay.
the universe, and everything.
So
That's right.
we know their latest stuff. It's country. They got that country feel.
Oh, she'll argue that point with you.
No, just hold on. So they've got that sort of country feel, sort of not. Okay.
Some. Sure.
But when do you think that started to happen?
Lost Highway.
Yes. I was going to say it's way back
But just
here.
go back
Yeah.
even farther, though.
Yes, because when he did the movie.
Well, it would have been before that.
Like
they did Wanted
the
Dead
Young
Alive.
Guns?
Wanted Dead or
Wanted
Alive,
Dead
yeah.
Alive would have been a country feel
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Like it's obviously their take on
Lyle's
it.
like,
The ultimate thing is they are, a rock and roll cowboy.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
what they are. So it's going to have somewhat of a country feel to it.
Sure.
But they're a rock and roll cowboy. So there is more rock to it than country. And bearing in mind, when we think country at that time, that was all our parents and fiddles and banjos.
Yeah, it was
and
all
stuff.
like the old country,
Folk,
which this didn't
yeah.
sound anything like.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I see your point.
Yeah. Because on a steel horse I ride, right?
Yeah.
Like it is very country-esque. Yes, totally. So what year was that? That's way
86.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, I think
86.
they had sprinklings of it probably starting there through. Because then, like I said, he did the movie, Young Guns, and that, I think, probably pulled the love of the country
so
for
Blaze
him.
of Glory.
Yeah, he really liked that, brought that more into effect, and then he kind of carried on with it. I mean, like I said, it's not in every album after that. It's like one here, one there. And then not
Until Lost Highway.
Yeah, Lost Highway was pretty country, yeah.
Pretty
I
country
would-
sounding
was, yeah.
album.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't put it all country. Like, ultimately, it's good storytelling. Like, no matter what the
Yes.
song is, good storytelling. It's just telling in that vein, I guess. But it's still rock and roll music.
Sure.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
but that's, we've heard of original excerpts of Your Hysteria, so I know the influence a country producer
Country
could
does.
have on
I
it.
know.
It has a lot of. I would say this newest album though doesn't have a lot of country feel to it for me, anyways. I don't see it, but not in the newest one.
So we start picking up, see everyone? Oh, yeah. No, this is an audio podcast.
Have
Never
you
mind.
listened to the new one?
I have a little bit.
A little bit.
Well, yeah, you have, because it was playing when
It was
you came
playing
in.
when you came in.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Like I said, I have listened to it a little bit, but not
Yeah, Well,
enough to really know
that.
it yet.
Yeah, it didn't come out that long ago. So I mean, really, I think I've
No,
listened
but
to
usually
it.
I'm like, when I get a new,
Yeah, you
new album
play it
comes out,
on.
I'm like, I'm on it and I'm listening
Yeah.
to it because I need to know it.
Yeah,
And
You haven't done it?
honestly, the last 3, I've not been very
Yeah.
keen on.
no, really.
You did
Yeah.
like the 2020? See, we listened to all 3 of these this
Okay,
morning.
maybe 4.
What about Burning Bridges?
Yeah,
and
it
then
pretty much
What About
quit after
Now?
What About Now.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, yeah.
What About
Okay.
Now to be the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
kind of decent
Really? Yeah.
sounding. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you didn't even remember
I didn't know
this.
that I had it.
Yeah.
No. Well, because again, I think what happened too when we moved into this particular house, when we were at the previous places, we were able to have music on throughout the house and it played throughout the house. And here it's so compartmentalized. We would buy new albums and listen to them a couple times, but then that was it, because it was either in the front room or what have you, until we got, what are those? Those things.
Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah, Bluetooth speakers. I'm like, I don't know what that is. So once we got that, then we were able to listen to it more throughout the house. So, but then you got to like load those on or have a membership or whatever, right? So I think that's why those few haven't been played as much as the rest of them. But I know like the rest of them I've definitely played more.
Well, and What About Now was the last album that Richie was a part of too.
And that was hard. That was difficult,
Yeah.
to move on from that. And you can tell the change.
You absolutely can.
Not that it's bad. I would say they're just different. This one definitely sounds more like older Bon Jovi. To me, the newest one. Sorry, I should have said that.
Forever.
Yeah, so that one definitely does sound more.
You're playing at home. See, look, can you see the CD in our hands?
See the CD, yeah.
This House Is Not For Sale was definitely kind of more country-ish, some of them. So,
see, that's why I'm kind of surprised, because like Lost Highway is one of my favorite ones because it has more of that country crossover. And like This House Is Not For Sale.
You didn't like it as much?
Didn't like it as much. I don't know.
I'm not going to say I love every song on it, but I mean,
even before that, it was kind of like, I don't want to say every other album, but it'd be like, okay, so Slippery and New Jersey obviously were big hits.
Oh, yeah.
Love, Keep the Faith.
Yeah. Yes. Bounce. Oh my gosh.
See, and then Bounce, there's only a few songs that I really like.
Really?
On that
I played that one, like, I think I almost wore it out. And the kids hated me.
Have a Nice Day I loved.
Have
Lost
a Nice Day
Highway
is good,
I loved. Circle is I kind of half love it, half don't love it.
Well, and then we got the greatest hits, and then
Like Bounce was a big one because obviously when she used to get the kids ready in the morning, she turn that CD on in the morning.
Oh yeah, I listened to that thing all the time. It was really good. I really like that album.
Yeah.
And Have a Nice Day too. I really like that one.
Yeah.
Both of those are like
And
definite favorite for that time of year.
Copies of
That
it.
is why I have two copies. I didn't.
This song "Have a Nice Day" is really good to blare in your car when you've had a really crappy day.
Yeah, because you want to be. It's almost like you're giving everybody the bird.
Exactly.
And it's the best song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped listening to them though after these days.
Get out.
That's it. You're fired.
I thought that These Days was their best album.
And that's where
It is one of their best albums.
And I was
Yeah.
in the recording studio a lot. And
Yeah.
I got to hear it over in the studio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the way a record CD should sound.
Yeah.
And I told, like,
These Days is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So you stopped listening way back then? What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
That is
You
a
have some
long time
catching up
ago.
to do.
I have been
Me
listening.
and Def Leppard.
So there you go, right?
I have no choice in my house.
Right.
I'm going to hear Def Leppard all the time.
And he's going to hear Bon Jovi all the time.
Yes, he is. Yes,
Like-
he is.
It's my life. Yeah. And I've heard
Oh, that's so
Have a
good.
Nice Day. Like, I've heard
Yeah.
the songs, right?
Yeah.
But I haven't
Listen to the albums.
I haven't bought a Bon Jovi album at all since These Days.
That's a
Wow.
long ass time ago, Lyle.
I haven't bought a Bon Jovi album since a couple of months ago.
No, was it you? Or was it a couple months ago?
Right?
Yeah, like
To be fair, I bought it for you though.
you did buy it for me.
I don't know why. I just
Well, maybe you just didn't like where they were going, or you just like that was it for you. That was the top. They couldn't get any better.
Get any better than that.
Which I mean, fair.
And true, like I said, because that is one of their best albums. It's one of my
yeah.
favorite ones for sure.
I think some of it becomes like you just buy it because you love the band, and I think
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at. But
Same.
I can say that every album has something on it that I like. Do I love all of the songs? Not necessarily. Although I have to say, oh my gosh, if you have not listened to this one, you have to listen to the box set. There's a lot of songs on here that they never released, and I have to say,
100 million Bon Jovi fans can't be wrong.
It's so good. There's a lot of really good songs on that, and even some that Richie does. Like he does the singing, and I think there's even one that what else is it? I think David. Like I think they all have at least one song that they sing. So it's good. It's definitely good if you're
Yes,
if
when
you're
I
a Bon
pulled
Jovi
the pile
fan.
out here, she's like, "No, you have to have that one out here."
You have to have
Well,
that
you
one.
have to have them all. It's all or nothing.
That's what, because I said, what if I want to look and see what one has something on? I need it in
have-
front of me.
All the CDs here.
Yes.
I have her DVDs, Richie's solo stuff.
Yeah.
cassettes that have been duplicated, all sitting on a sidebar over here. Like we're surrounded by Bon Jovi memorabilia.
I'm not hating that.
I'm totally okay with that.
I'm surprised we're not wearing concert T-shirts right now.
I mean, we could have worn the, and I could if I had been able to get that poster from the record store, that would be hanging right there.
Well, the one that they wouldn't sell you.
Yeah, the one they wouldn't sell me. Stupid Taylor Swift.
Well,
I know she ruins it for everybody.
She does.
what do you guys want to talk about? Like, what do you guys? I notice you guys have tons of notes and all
I
this,
do,
right?
And it's all boring stats, though. It's like where they started, and like.
Okay. It interested you enough to write it down. It can't be that boring.
So they've done 2,700 concerts.
The stats are awesome, right?
They've done 2,700 concerts in 50 countries. How many times have they played in Vancouver, people? We talked about this earlier. Was it 10? I think it was 10.
10. It was 10 times.
I knew that. I actually
Which
knew that
we're
answer.
very, very disappointed about.
That was the last time I saw him in concert was these days.
What?
Which was October 3rd, 1995 for those...
Yes, because
I've got... Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Because that was the last one we all saw together. And that was the last time they were here for like forever.
Yeah, 93.
As we take a short
intermission,
Kim smacks up Lyle.
No, we went to the 93 concert. We didn't get... I had a baby in 95.
Yeah.
But I was at 95.
Yeah, it was just us.
Yeah, 95. My baby was very small in 95. I wasn't going anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
In 93, I just had a baby. But I was going to that concert, damn it. Yeah. So we went to that one. We also went to Lost Highway, which was December 16th, 2007. Mm-hmm. And then that's where the huge gap was, though, was 95 was the last concert, and then they didn't do it again until 2007. That's a very long time. And Vicki and I were talking about it when she got here, because I was like, do you remember what the reason was? Because there was a reason. And the only thing I can remember is it was something either about the venues. They had a fight with somebody here in Vancouver. That's why they stopped coming.
Could have been the song that they ended with.
That's what I always said too, because they ended with "This Ain't a Love Song."
Yeah,
and they basically just like walked off the stage. There was no.
So it could have been something that happened during that tour in Vancouver that caused them to not come back. But there was something that happened, and then they just kind of got over it. They came back in 2007, but then they've only been here 3 times after that. So what the hell?
So they hadn't come back here in like 10 years?
2015 was the last
12
time.
12 years was the gap.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, 12
years.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
A long time.
Very long time.
A very big drought. Because even 2015 was the last time John was here. And that was for the Kings of Suburbia.
Yep.
And that was one was supposed to be in the park. And we were so disappointed that it didn't.
And then the promoter
backed out.
The bed
screwed everything up. And John had to save the day.
Yeah. Luckily he did, and they played at Rogers instead.
They played at Rogers. So, yeah, Vicki was there. We were there.
Yep.
And that was the last time they were here.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And there's been concerts since then.
So it's been another almost 10 years since they've been here.
And they've had concerts every year since. When you look at the list online, like they've been and it's mostly back east. They go to back east. They go to Seattle. They go like.
I was gonna say I have notes where
considering they recorded here, like this was their home. For
I know, but there was something that ruined it.
Yeah,
and I just can't remember what it is.
Yeah, Seattle. They played in Quebec a few times. Toronto lots.
Yeah, because it said 50 countries. They've done 2,700 concerts in 50 countries. 2,700 concerts, and they've been here 10 times. What the heck?
Well, I know in London,
that doesn't make sense.
How many shows did they play in
London? They
do
a lot in London. They do a lot. Japan.
Weren't they one of the first rock bands to actually do Russia?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
What was that for? That was to pay off somebody's debts. And then
they played with Nickelback in Germany in May in 2006.
Oh my God, that would have been amazing. Why didn't we do that? Well, that would have been great.
Right? I know. In Dusseldorf.
I found it interesting that they changed labels from Mercury to Island on the Crush album. So they only did their beginning ones with Mercury, and then that was it for them.
I seem to recall reading there was some kind of disagreements there too, and I can't remember exactly.
Well, that tends to happen is you usually sign with your first record label or whatever, and then once that contract fills out, if you they had to that's why they did these days, was to fulfill the contract. I remember that. But you fulfill the contract, and then like, because someone else is probably offering you more or a better deal, whether it's holding the rights to your music or whatever, you're gonna obviously want to jump ship to that. So yeah, you just kind of fill
Well,
up your
was it
contract.
because of he started his own management? Like he took over the band?
Well, I think that was part of it, but it was also they did keep the faith, and I don't think the record companies were happy about keeping the faith, but it was really good. It did really well.
That's my second, like that's right up there. It's like,
and like I said, These Days was to complete their contract. That was the reason we got These Days.
Because of the change from These Days to between
Keep the Faith was.
Keep
Well,
the Faith.
I remember when Keep the Faith came out, there was a whole huge controversy on it, and like there was a whole bunch of A&R people like fired and stuff like that over it
because he cut his hair.
Oh, he cut his hair. And he didn't ask permission.
That's right.
But I actually liked his hair then.
It grew on me, but I was like, oh my God, that was one of the things I loved most about him was his hair.
He doesn't ask permission for a lot of things.
No, he doesn't.
He got married just off.
Yes, and that was it was hush hush that he got married. That was a big no-no. You can't do that. Well, I did.
Well, actually, he can do it really whatever he wants.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of things that went on.
But then that's showing though the record company were promoting him the wrong way. They were promoting him pretty much as a sex symbol opposed to an actual artist.
Because he was a sex symbol. That was the problem.
Well, he was the face of the band.
Yes.
He was. Without him, there was no Bon Jovi.
Well, and they wanted the sales, and the only way they had the sales was like, come see this, this man, and you'll get all the women. But he wanted obviously what he wanted, and he did it, and it didn't. I don't think it ruined anything.
Oh no,
no, it was still fine. Yes, women were probably upset, devastated, but you knew you were never going to be with him anyways. Right. Like, get real.
As a whole bunch of
me
bubbles
personally,
are
I don't
popping
care
right
what they
now.
do in their personal lives.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah,
no.
Do they put out good music? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Like what Richie Sambora's gone through since he left.
Yeah.
Like he's actually writing now. He's releasing stuff.
Yeah, he went through a hard time.
He wanted to see his daughter. Do you blame him? Like spend time with his daughter.
Well, and his dad was sick. There were so many things.
Going on in his life at that time.
Right.
And he also wanted more control, and he wasn't getting it there. So that was 2013, and I just didn't like the way he left. He should not have disappointed the fans the way he did, because that was the
Calgary.
He even
admitted now, right?
Not showed up for work.
Yeah, he's admitted that it was not a good way to do it. He should have waited till after the tour or something. Or even before they went on tour.
Or at least gave them a heads up and said, hey, I can only do this last show or whatever, and I got to take some time or whatever.
Or can you have a fill-in guitarist like every other?
Not just not show up for work.
I'm just not going to come anymore. Well, we're already on stage waiting for you in Calgary. Where are you?
Yeah.
Like, whoops.
Fly by the seat of your pants. Here we go. Right.
Yeah. So that can put a bad taste in your mouth. So I think he's waited long enough to actually start himself out again. Because I mean, how many people would have listened to him right after that? Probably nobody.
No.
Because you would have been like, no, like you screwed your fans over. Why would I want to see?
Didn't he release a second solo album after Stranger in This Town?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was, though.
Yes. All right. you guys keep talking.
Yeah, you do that. I found it interesting, though. I didn't know this, because obviously they were inducted into the Hall of Fame, and that was in 2018. But did you know they are in the U.S. Hall of Fame?
No.
2006, they got inducted into the U.S. Hall of Fame. Yeah. Did not know. So,
interesting.
There's a different Hall of Fame?
Apparently.
I was going to say, I thought there was only one.
I said UK,
but...
right? UK.
No, as far as I know, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's in Ohio.
No, but this is called the UK Hall of Fame. UK.
Oh.
Yeah. I might have said it wrong. UK
you said you said
US twice. Sorry,
you said US, and that's where I was like, what?
Sorry, no. So the US was
sense.
2018. The UK, I must have read it wrong. Anyways, UK Hall of Fame was 2006. That was interesting. I didn't know that there was one, first of all, and two, that they were inducted in 2006. So that kind of tells you something, that certain parts of the world appreciated it more than, because there was a reason they weren't inducted into the US either right away. There was there
was a lot of
controversy.
A lot of the bands from the 80s they're not getting voted in, which is changing now. Because before they weren't going for the fan votes.
No.
It had to be a board.
And there was something John had said in an interview.
Exactly. And now they go with the fans and they do a poll and all that.
Yeah.
And I think John said something about, there was something he said about the Hall of Fame and why they never got in, but I can't remember what it was.
They still beat Def Leppard in, which just surprises me. But
they're bigger than Leopard I think in the UK.
So is Def Leppard in the UK?
No. Like, I mean, I'm talking in the US, or like in the regular Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Bon Jovi got inducted before Def Leppard did. and Def Leppard's been around almost a decade before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
And
so
Bon
many
Jovi
that
sold
are,
more albums than Leppard.
Oh, that's why.
Well, yeah, come on.
But Sambora
numbers, man.
released
It is.
Stranger in
numbers.
This Town in 91, Undiscovered Soul, which I have, in
Yeah.
98, and then Aftermath of the Lowdown in 2012.
Okay, we don't have that one.
No, I don't have that one either. So, and now
Doesn't he have a new
released
one right now?
snippets. Yeah, he released a song like every month or something.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
It's really, and
Yeah.
it was produced by Bob Rock too.
Yeah,
so
it's
it
good.
reunited them.
We may have to go get the old one, the one that we don't have, and then get the new one. Because then we can listen to
Well,
it.
supposedly all those songs, it's actually going to form an actual album. He was just releasing
Them
to
slowly?
see. I think just to see.
To see what kind of
See what the-
Yeah.
interest there was.
Yeah, yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's a lot harder now to sell an album because all people
Everybody
can
wants
just
to-
download
Well,
it.
yeah,
and,
exactly. We've
like,
had this
Yeah.
discussion. Yeah.
The other thing, I don't know if did it come up in the documentary? I don't think it did. The MTV contest for John's house.
No.
Do you remember?
No.
Oh,
I don't remember that at all.
so it was in, what year was it? February 1989, MTV did a contest for John's childhood home. 192,000 calls in the first 2 minutes blew out the phone lines in Chicago and Newark, New Jersey. So it was to promote the concert in Milwaukee and the new album, New Jersey. MTV bought the house from his parents for $300,000. Yeah, and then I think the person also won a motorcycle and then airfare trip to the next concert and $10,000.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
I mean,
that would be
mind you,
amazing.
$300,000 in 89?
89? That was
That's a lot of money.
decent. Yeah, because it said in the notes, it said that it was whatever the value was at that time.
At that time,
so
yeah.
they got a decent amount of money for their home, and yeah, somebody
Wow.
owns his childhood home
Interesting.
in New Jersey. I know. I always thought that was really fascinating. I was like, that would be good. And so people still go there to look at it, and so whoever owns it now must be like, this is not great.
What was I thinking?
What was I thinking?
Well, you would
Yeah,
say cool at the
well,
time, right?
I'm pretty sure the person who probably won that contest doesn't live there.
No,
still.
but whoever has it now is probably going, what the heck?
Why are all these people
Why
here?
do people keep touring?
Well,
like,
I
our
would hope that
neighborhood?
whoever bought the house would have an
Told them.
appreciation
Oh, I see. Yeah,
of what the house
was yeah.
Have a
and-
Bon
and
Jovi
keeps-
room and have people just charge admission for a tour. Come
Oh,
to my
100%.
house.
I'd be like, this was
Right?
his room.
Totally.
This is how it was set up.
This is where he slept.
This is where he
people.
slept in all the dreams, and this is where he played his guitar.
I'm suddenly thinking, like, if
He
Bublé
peed
sells
in
his
this
house,
toilet.
Yeah, he peed in this toilet. He did things over here we are not going to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Richie came over
Leave
and
the
did
rest up
this,
to your
right?
imagination.
Which actually,
That'd be
so-
pretty cool to find out like this song was written in the basement in this
Right?
room. And
Because they did, and they
Yeah.
also did stuff over at Richie's house, and then Richie always had his windows blacked out with stuff because he never wanted to have any light in during the day. And then there's on the new album that song, "My First Guitar."
yeah,
So that one, because it kind of fun fact about like the old stuff, like that contest, he sold his guitar to buy a new guitar, a Fender, I think, and the guy that he sold the guitar to still had it. So when he was at the Soul restaurant,
Soul Kitchen.
Soul Kitchen, somebody that I think was volunteering there knows the person that bought that guitar originally and still had it. So they kind of like connected them back together, and John got the original guitar back, still with the same string broken. So he's like, the guy never played it. And then he wrote that song and played it on My First Guitar.
yeah.
And the guy didn't want anything for it. He's like, no, it's going back to where it belongs.
He did compensate him.
He did. He tried to give him a new guitar and stuff like that. He's like, no, the guitar is back where it belongs. But he did. I'm sure he gave him something. But
Pretty sure.
that just gives me goosebumps. Like that song was written on his childhood guitar. Cute, cutesy ootsy. You know, goosebumps, and it's a good song. It's a good song.
It is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my first guitar was a piece of shit. So
Well, that's what he said too. It was
So
not
is
a
mine.
great.
Yeah,
not
so
a
is,
great
I think
guitar.
everybody's is, unfortunately.
Right?
Usually, what is it, like the $80 whatever? His was from like a 5 and dime store, most likely. So
Probably. I
you
know
know.
mine was an acoustic. And
yeah, probably just from the
the
regular
black.
record store or whatever, music store.
The electric was from Creative Music. So was the second one. And
yeah. So they're just like standard.
Mine was from a pawn shop. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, they worked. It's just they weren't maybe up to the standards.
My snare drum.
Who knows where you're going to go?
I was going to say, my snare drum was pretty good. It was a Tama snare drum. I had the hard case and everything. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you needed something good for band practice.
Yes.
Right?
And yes, I went to band camp.
Yes, you did. That's a whole other story.
That's a whole, I was going to say. We'll keep those stories for another day.
I think it's pretty funny. Yeah, so I like those old snippets when you can find like things that nobody knows about, like even his mic stand. Do you guys know the story of his mic stand?
Don't think I do, actually.
No? Have you ever noticed? He always has the same mic stand, and he has since the beginning, and it's that white mic stand with the like tripod bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember him giving an interview and someone asking about it the one time. So this was a long time ago. And he just said, he's like, it's a part of me, right? Yeah. But now there's like a whole thing of like people making up stories of why he has this mic stand. So like there's a couple web pages dedicated to it. There's a Facebook page dedicated to his mic stand.
Are you kidding?
No, I found it today and I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Because I knew he had this mic stand. Like I'm talking about like when the internet kind of started, everybody
like,
talked
about it.
in
the videos and everything like that.
Yeah, and like how he spins it and does it, right? So it's like one of the statements said he looks at like his beacon. So when he's coming up from down below and it's dark, he can see the stand. He knows where to go, right? Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just become part of the band. But there's like stories about maybe they forgot the stand at one concert, so Matthew, his brother, had to go back and get it, and he like had to take it with him into like first class, and you know it was like living the high life with drinks and whatever else, you know, like just like being carried like mob money is kind of like what they were saying. I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. So there's stories like that about this mic stand, and so it's just kind of become this thing of its own.
That's too funny.
But I think it's just because it's been with him since the beginning.
His comfort zone, right?
It's his comfort zone.
Well, if you look at a lot of artists have specific
brands they work with and stuff.
Well, specific brands and stuff. Like I know Jonathan Davis from Korn. His
mic stands are beautiful. Yeah.
Like they have it. I know. My favorite story is it's actually Steven Tyler. How he used to have the scarves on his.
To hide the drugs, wasn't it?
On his guitar set, but it was always to hide the drugs.
Oh,
yes, all his scarves. Yeah, it was so funny. But yeah, so this mic stand has his life of its own, and I think it probably was just like one of those things where you used it all the time. It didn't break down, kept going, and you're just like, well, now it's a thing.
Exactly,
it's my trademark.
It's part of the family.
Yes, exactly. It's part of the band, and I have to keep using it. Right? I just thought that was interesting.
That is funny, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that's good. I like all these fun little.
See, I love Bon Jovi. I know some things that we're not going to talk about. But that's
off the record.
Off the record we'll talk about. Because there was.
I was going to say, what's the point of having a podcast if you're not going to talk about it?
Because some of it is
some
like
stuff
from,
you don't want to talk about.
It's from like when Obi ran the fan page way back when the internet started. So it was just like really text. You can still find some of it, but some of the stuff on there is pretty like, ooh. Okay. The questions that he would get asked. Yeah. So, I mean, interesting. So, but that was back when it was like the original fan page. So that was a long ass time ago.
Long time ago, yeah.
When it was like bulletin boards.
Like bulletin boards, yeah.
Pretty much. Now it's just websites and.
Yeah. I mean, it's evolved quite a bit, right?
I know. I'm like, do we even have fan clubs and stuff like that?
Like they used to have where you write in? No. I remember being in fan clubs when I was little.
The Facebook page
I was going to say, think about what you're in with Def Leppard. The fan clubs still exist.
They do, but they're different.
I know there's like a Nickelback one too, but it's
not the
basically
same.
just their webpage.
I know Def Leppard does. It's called the Rock Brigade, but but that's about it.
Yeah,
there's the Kiss Army. And
exactly.
At the back of your comics, pay $9.95. Join the Kiss Army,
and you get all the little things, and I don't think that kind of stuff doesn't really exist anymore, right? That part of it, it's more just like they have a page, and you're part of the fan page, right?
Pretty much, you join up for any email stuff. And
you get.
Jeez, how times have changed.
Yeah, you don't really pay the dues or anything anymore. There's there is some that do that, but you don't get much for what you pay for anymore. At least back then, you got like books and magazines.
Now it's when the tours do come to town. Obviously, Bon Jovi hasn't been for a while, but you get the tours that come to town, and there's the regular price, but you can get the premium seating, and it's
the VIP seating
to $2,000, and you get a lanyard.
A lanyard, yeah.
Oh yay!
And how much is the meet and greet? $4,000. Yeah, I'm a little rich for my blood.
I'm doing. Yeah.
You're doing
Well,
meet and
I'm
greet.
gonna do one of those meet and greet things.
Depends on how much it is, honestly.
Yeah, it all
Yeah.
depends. For what? You don't even get to talk to him.
No.
Well, you don't like because we had the you won the chance to do a photo op
with Biff naked.
with Biff naked,
Yeah.
and you're
Pushed in
you're
like
just kind
cattle.
of pushed in, so you just like stand beside them, they snap a picture, and
They smile.
And that's
That's
it, yeah.
like
and
a little
off you go,
pleasantry
and
of
it's just
"Hi,
like,
how are you?" and that's it. Get out. And I was just like,
Yeah.
well, that was way.
But I want to go hang with Biff. What
Yeah,
the hell?
Yeah, right?
We wanted to
Yeah.
talk to
That's
Biff.
not what I was
Yeah,
promised.
exactly. That's I thought it was going to be way different
Such
than
a
that.
tiny lady.
She's very tiny. Yeah, but at least we got a picture with her and we got to say
Yes.
hi. Yes, but that's okay. Even if you just get that'd be nice because then you're not really delving into too much, right? You're just like meeting them and greeting them and moving on.
I want the thing like meeting Alice Cooper at Wayne's World, where you get to actually sit backstage and just hang out with them for the show.
Right?
Okay, that's $4,000. Yeah. Those are the $4,000 things.
Yeah.
Because you do get to go in the back and talk to
And
them
hang and- yeah.
have like an actual like little cocktail hour. There is those things, but they're very expensive.
They're very expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the band.
Any of the bands we
Pretty-
like.
Yeah, I
is
was going to
pretty
say,
much-
any of the ones I've looked
yeah.
at have been out of my price range,
Heck yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
The ones we can afford, you don't want to hang out with those artists.
No. Let's meet in the back alley. Whoa.
No.
Okay, thanks.
And that's how much?
We'll see you out front.
$400.
Yeah.
Nope, we're good. Yeah. So what else do we want to talk about? Let's see.
I've got a question.
Okay, you got
Okay.
a question. We like questions.
How do you think their music has changed from album to album? And what song possibly started to change, or was it a
Well-
management, or
That's big.
or
Yeah.
producers, or was it John? Was it Richie? Was it what band
It
members
was
like?
everything.
Well, I was gonna say you go through that. There will be changes.
I know every song changed, like every band, their songs
there'll be
changed,
changes
but-
through albums, and a lot of it is the aging of the band, what's happening in society at the time and stuff.
Well, one of the changes that caused some of it, and I can't remember which album it is off the top of my head. It was when he did Moonlight and Valentino, that movie. He started smoking. And because he liked how his voice sounded because of the smoke, he kept smoking. So there is a change in his singing on those albums. Obviously, he stopped smoking. And he stopped smoking because he couldn't afford the insurance.
He couldn't afford the
The
insurance.
life insurance, because if you're
Wow.
a smoker, your life insurance goes up.
Of course,
And it kept
but-
going up. So it was really expensive. And he wasn't willing to pay.
I was
for
going to
that,
say,
yes.
I'm not sure that he couldn't afford it.
I don't know how much it would have
but,
been, but yeah, he didn't want to pay that much, so he stopped smoking. So then you would notice his voice changes back, right? So that is one of the changes.
Because you mentioned that, and obviously this is a sidetrack away from it. Is I remember a story way back when Extreme was just starting out,
Yeah.
and Nuno Betancourt, the promoter or whatever, had his hands insured for $1 million. So they freaked out because in his downtime they were playing basketball.
Oh, well, that sounds fair. Yeah. Some of the insurance things are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I would say definitely things changed after Doc McGee was gone, of course. That makes sense because they wanted to go a different way and he wasn't listening to them, right? So that did make a change. Richie leaving made a huge difference because he also wrote. So that makes a big change in a lot of those albums going forward because he's not there.
Well, yeah, because you've lost that collaboration. So
Yeah.
prior to that, it was, in essence, like it's always been John's band, but
Yeah.
Richie could present ideas, and the
And
two
co-wrote and wrote.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they could bounce ideas and it would go.
Mm-hmm.
With Richie leaving, it is pretty much John's band, and it's
Yeah.
just like, we're going to do this, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
I don't think there's as much pushback to tighten up
To
the
get
sound or
Yeah, I was
whatever.
going to say, or get more creative ideas going out there.
Yeah.
Well, that and who he wrote with too, because there was other people they wrote with and they don't write with them anymore. So those made big differences too.
Yeah.
And who was producing their albums at those times, right? There's a lot of albums that were produced by other.
All the albums changed since when Bruce Fairbairn died.
Yes.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was Bob Rock that was his engineer.
Yeah.
And then he took over. He kept probably the same sound,
Yeah.
like same style because that's what they're used to. And he was working with Bruce Fairbairn for so long.
Yeah, because you can, when you have a different producer, you can see and feel the change in the albums. I'm just trying to look and see what these producers were. Because a lot of them say produced by John, and
Yeah, because he's had a couple people
Yeah.
like he hasn't done much with
no,
Bob Rock or anything like that. Since,
no,
right?
John
So-
Shanks.
Yes, the guitar player that's taken
Yeah.
over. Yeah,
So I mean, oops, I'm just gonna make a mess. Yeah, so I think that also makes a difference, right? Dan Huff was the producer. Desmond Child, that's the name I was looking for.
Oh, yeah.
Desmond Child makes a big difference in your music. Like, look at all the things that Desmond Child has been involved in and what they sound like and how they are, right? Synonymous with most of the bands we loved.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And and do they still have Desmond Child? I don't think so.
well, that
Probably
was going to be
not.
my next question,
Oh.
which we will bring up on the next part then,
All right.
Oh, all right.
because I have some other questions as well,
Sounds good.
and also think about what favorite album, because I'm going to do this now because you did this to us. So me and Clint, favorite
What did we
song,
do?
I know.
favorite song,
The favorite song,
Oh,
favorite
please.
album.
or favorite album,
Oh, brutal.
either or.
They're like my
I know,
children,
I was,
dude.
I was
Either or.
thinking about this last night.
I was too.
You knew I was gonna do
too.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure did.
See,
Why
yeah.
can't
I
it
would be
be?
the horrible person because I would be going, okay, on this album, this is my favorite
Well,
song.
see,
Exactly.
I can't do that because I don't know the up until these days. Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that,
Yeah.
but after that, I don't know the
Why
album.
couldn't it be an easy question like, who would you want to be trapped on a desert island with?
Tico.
Because you gave me a challenge question.
That's an easy
So-
answer. Tico.
Paybacks.
Tico. Or Tico, yeah. Tico would be a good answer.
Yeah.
Yes, Tico would be a very good answer.
Yeah.
I always like Tico too.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Dad'll figure out the way to get out of here.
That's right.
So yeah,
All right.
All right.
so part one. Wow.
Part
Part
one,
one.
Bon Jovi on our whatever
Season
two.
Season
Season 2 premiere.
Woohoo.
Woohoo. Alrighty.
All right.
We will see you on the next one. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us on the Music Roundtable. Please like and comment where you listen to the podcast. And make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you'd like us to talk about. Until next time.